Hey guys, my name's Justin and welcome to Hellsborough, where we care about the design behind designer luxury. And if you do too, spoiler alert, and if you do too, make sure to subscribe. Alright, so this is a big bag, so I'm just gonna... So for today's video, I thought it would be fun to do a review of the Telfar large shopping bag with top handle and shoulder / crossbody strap and embossed Telfar logo in pleather with a canvas lining, zip pocket, flat pocket, and a little special tag pocket, if you know what I mean. So if you are new to this channel, I like to do my reviews by categories. So I break it down into 5 different categories, and that's design, comfort, durability, investment value, and impact. It took me a while. So when I do bag reviews, I, of course, do it based off of, my personal experience, but I try to keep it general enough so that if you're interested in this bag and you've been thinking about it, I can at least bring up some points that might be relevant for you to help you make a decision. Alright, so let's dive on in. So the first category is design. So like all of the other shopping bags, it's a plain rectangle with an embossed Telfar logo. It does have a top handle, and let me just compare really quick. The top handle size is the same as the medium, so that means you can comfortably fit your arm here to wear it on your arm, whatever. And then, of course, it has shoulder straps, which are also the same width as the mediums. The big difference here, besides the size, of course, is that it does have a zip pocket, but this one's gigantic, and it goes pretty much the length of the bag. And then this flat pocket on the inside is a little bit smaller. I think this is kind of the size of the zipper pocket on the medium. So this can fit quite a lot. And this is something that the other bags don't have, which I think is actually really nice. And of course, it's that same faux leather, which is a little soft. People say oh, it gets a little saggy. I haven't had that issue with any of my medium or small bags, but then the large I actually do, and I think that's just because of the scale of the bag. And honestly, for such a big bag, and only having 2 pockets, well, 3, I get it. There's a lot of other big bags that are pretty much the same size that have the same amount of interior features or even less. I know the book tote has zip nada 0 inside of there. So sure, there's a couple of other things, which is nice, but then I don't know, out of maybe if this pocket was split in 2 or something like that to give it a little bit more organization for it being such a big bag. And maybe that's just a personal thing, but because this bag is so big and you probably would just use it on a weekend trip, definitely not your day-to-day bag, or at least me personally, I wouldn't use it for my day-to-day bag. I don't know, I find the organization lacking a little bit. That being said, it still has the same shopping bag shape, just at an exaggerated proportion, and it actually does have quite a bit of style. I know that the small one is the party bag, but imagine rolling up somewhere carrying this with the giant Telfar logo on it. I don't know, I think it would be really cool, and it would definitely be a statement in a way. But as far as the overall design, there's not much to say about it. I don't know why I'm holding the bag like this, by the way. By the end, I'm just gonna be reading it like a book somehow. Because it's just a larger scale of the other bags, but it's basically pretty much the same, I find it lacking, so I think I'm gonna give it a 7. Alright, next topic is durability. If you have happened to see one of my other Telfar shopping bag reviews, you may have already heard the story about durability and why I believe in its durability so much. When I first got here, I came with my partner, and he had his Telfar on. It was a medium, so it wasn't this exact bag, but it was a medium. We were riding those electric scooters, the bird scooters or whatever they're called, I don't remember the name. And there was a point where we hit some construction on the road, and I was fine, so that's fine. Something about the dip down onto the unpaved road caused his scooter to flipped, like the handlebar twisted, and he fell over it. And he landed on his bag. And sure, there are some scuffs on it. Definitely, like, he fell on his bag. But the fact that, like, it helped cushion his fall enough that I say that it saved his life. This bag saved his life. This is the same, like, faux leather. Basically plastic. I haven't really had any problems with any of my large bags, even though they're like a larger scale. Sure, there's like a little bit of wear from me being rough with it, because I'm just rough with all my bags. Especially when you're on vacation. Like, I take it on a weekend, I'm tired after being on a plane or sitting in a car for however many hours, and I just toss it wherever. Like, this, I think, is doing a pretty good job. So for me, I have to, of course, as always, give the faux leather from Telfar on their shopping bags a 10. I don't know why I said it that way. A 10. So the next category is comfort. One of the things I always talk about when it comes to comfort is like the versatility of a bag and like just how many different ways you can carry it. If it has a top handle or a shoulder strap or, you know, if it's crossbody, whatever. Being able to change the position of the bag on your body, especially when it's a big bag, is very important. I've definitely gotten like headaches just from like fatigue from carrying like heavy bags and not switching it or like forgetting to switch it. And then I realized like, oh, why do I have a headache? Oh, let me like change up how I'm carrying the bag. This bag, while it is extremely versatile for my standards, how you can wear it definitely more than a few different ways. I think I mentioned before when we were talking about the design, but this shoulder strap is pretty much the same width as the medium. Keep in mind, this bag is a lot bigger. Of course, like this scale looks great, like on the body, but then for comfort they didn't really adjust like how much you put in this bag versus like how you wear it. So I find that I get fatigued a lot faster when I carry this bag on my shoulder, so oftentimes I'll actually just use the top handle and switch to my shoulder when I need to like use both hands or something like that. That being said, it still is like a very comfortable bag to carry. Every Telfar bag I've owned is very comfortable and it's very like, you can tell there's like convenience in mind in that respect. I mean, it's so easy to change up the position that like, even though I get fatigued quickly, I never stay fatigued, so I think I'm still gonna give it an 8. So the next category is my favorite, not really. For me, it's not the most important, but I do know that like this kind of thought is important to a lot of people, so I do want to talk about it. So investment value. When we're talking about Telfar and resale, which we should never do for a profit, it's only if you need to get rid of a bag, in my humble opinion, I could go on about this forever, so maybe I'll make a video about it. But when we're talking about like needing to resell a bag, I would say that Telfar in general, when it comes to their mediums and smalls, because those are the most desired sizes, typically when you're going into the drops, it's the medium and the small that sells out the fastest. When you take a look at a large and compare that to the medium and the small on eBay or Vestaire, and they're often selling for and sell for a little over the MSRP, at least enough to cover the like 10% consignment that whatever website does, and maybe even a little bit more. That being said, these large ones, either they sit around for a while on there, or they do not go for much more over MSRP. These have a very specific use in a way. Of course, like the tiny ones are very much like going out bags or like quick errands or whatever, but this is very like, if you don't want a big bag, you don't want a big bag, and then you don't want this. It doesn't have the same selling power that the other bags have. So, I don't know, honestly, I think I'm gonna have to give this one like a 6.5. And then the last category is impact. So when I talk about impact, I mean like visual impact. What kind of connection are you making with other people because of what you're wearing? Are you able to attract attention? Because while we don't always want attention, attention is always nice to have when it's the right situation. And let me tell you, I've said this in all of my Telfar shopping bag reviews, but it's almost like a temporary, like quick community that you can make with people when you compliment them on having a Telfar. Because if you have a Telfar, you know what a Telfar looks like, and you know that the person who has it is most likely going to be like chill or cool or whatever. I do have to say, living in Europe now, it doesn't have the same impact of that kind of like community space. Living in Philly, I would walk around with a Telfar on and I would get complimented. People would yell from across the street, be like, I love your bag! Or like I would run into someone who also has a Telfar, and we would be like, oh my gosh, twins, yeah? You know, sisters, okay, cool. Not to be like too corny, but like it was very heartwarming to know like there is a community of people who kind of get each other. I said I haven't had that much in Europe, and that's true, it's still true. I've only seen one Telfar bag while I've lived in Europe, but I actually went to Milan recently. I know, very fancy. I actually saw a girl carrying a Telfar, and I wasn't wearing mine, which I was very upset that I wasn't able to like connect with her in that way. But I, like, you know, as I walked past, I was like, I love your Telfar bag. She said, oh my gosh, thank you. I'm like, you know, you're just cute with each other. And I love that. I love that and I miss it so much. So getting that little bit of like microdosing community through Telfars, I loved it. But I think I'm going to keep the Impact Store similar to like how I thought about it in the other ones, just because like that is what it is. If it was in the US, again, I would totally have a completely different score for this. It might even be like a 10. But because I live in Europe, I'm going to give the Impact score a 7.5. Okay, so the final score is 39. And then doing the math, this one's easy actually. So that is a 78. So it's honestly not the best score, but this is also a very specific bag. I'm not saying to not get it, I'm just saying to like think about it before you buy it. I mean, I have, oh that's funny, it's like right behind it. I have that one now, and that one has like a full zip top, so I take that on like planes, but like for like quick trips and car rides and stuff like that, or like beach days. Oh yeah, this is really good for beach days. I said that very enthusiastically, so clearly like I love the beach. I love the beach. Oh my god. This is a very good bag for some of those situations, but just maybe not an everyday bag unless you like, I guess you could use that as a diaper bag, but I feel like you would need more organization for that. I know what my experience is, and I hope that can help you out. And I've actually already done bag reviews for the small and the medium, so if those are interesting to you, I'll link those around. Definitely if you need a big bag that just can hold a lot of stuff, that is pretty versatile in the ways you can wear it. It's a sleigh. Big sleigh. Big sleigh, because it's big, and you can like put some puppies in here and push it down a hill, so it's like a sleigh. Let me know, what do you guys think? Do you have a large Telfar, and do you also feel the same way I do? Like, I definitely love it, and I'm of course never gonna sell it or whatever, but it's not my favorite bag, but I know there's a purpose and a use for it, and when that use comes up, it is my go-to #1 bag. But let me know, do you have one? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'd love to hear from you guys. But that is all I have for you today. If you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. It lets me know that you like this kind of content and that you too care about the design behind designer luxury. Until next time, look how big it is. Oh my god.